Lisa? Where's your big makeup poof?
The big what?
The big makeup poof. They go poof.
Yeah.
Powder,
They're not going to help his hair.
We're live, Lisa. Everybody in YouTube land just heard you. Got it on camera. That's Lisa. She's our shipping department. So anytime you order one, she's shipping it to you.
Be nice to her. She's been sick.
Oh, rude.
My forehead looks oily.
I'm saying you need makeup.
You ready to do this?
Let's
do this.
All right.
Let's do the thing.
Do the thing. What are we doing?
Flosstube.
Oh, okay.
It always in stitches in Noblesville, Indiana.
Hi, everybody. I'm Nancy. I'm not Lenine.
I'm Peter.
He's not Lenine either. County Fair starts today, so Lenine is really not here. She's popped in a couple days for a little bit, but hasn't stayed in much because she's got responsibilities at the fairground. So if you see her at the fairgrounds, tell her hi. Tell her that you miss her here in the shop. And take a look at all the exhibits the kids have been working on and have entered into the fair. I think, isn't all the judging done?
I don't know much about the fair, but I bet it is because they spent all last week there working
Yeah.
really hard.
Probably
so I think it is.
Probably the animal things aren't completely finished judging because they have the different shows through the fair. So, but stop in and take a look at all the, let's see, photography, crafts, needlework, all those good things. So, so what you got going?
So what's your favorite exhibit at the fair?
Other than the food?
Okay, what's your favorite fair food? We need to talk about that. Okay, that is what we need to talk about because it is fair season. A lot of you guys are going to fairs, and you know you're a little uncertain what to try. So you can rely on us to tell you what to try.
You got to try the ribeye sandwich if they have one. I know the state fair, the Indiana Cattlemen's, they have the best ribeye sandwiches. We went to the Tipton County Fair last Friday for dinner. I saw a post on Facebook that there was Couches? I think that's who it was. The food truck out there had ribeye sandwiches. And it was good. I could have stood a little more ribeye on it, less bun, but it was good. So it's a much smaller fair than Hamilton County, but some of the grandchildren of our customers had entries in the fair, and they did very well. They'll be going to State Fair. Deborah, you weren't there. You do not know.
Hi, Deborah.
Hi.
We have quite the peanut gallery that's always here, so.
Yeah, we're filming in front of a live studio audience.
Yeah.
There's at least 5 people back here paying attention to us.
Yeah. Ask me after August 2nd of my favorite Indiana State Fair food.
Okay, what's your favorite Indiana State Fair food when you go? What do you look forward to? What do you look forward most to?
I love the funnel cakes. Like I said, the ribeye sandwich. I'm going to be there the whole day because my grandson is competing in band day.
Oh,
So-
wow, that's going to be a busy day for you.
Yeah, they take the field at like 9:18, so I got to be there early. And then the awards are at 4:30, so they'll find out if their school made the Sweet 16
That's
and
cool.
go on. I don't know if I'm going to stay till midnight to see all that, but at least I'll see where they placed. So good luck, Huskies. I don't know. I may be there by myself. I'm not sure if my daughter's going to go with me, but I kind of plan on just kind of trying a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you'll be there long enough that you can
I
have your
will.
breakfast, lunch, and dinner
No
all at the state
kidding.
fair.
Wilson's sweet corn. That's a
Oh.
must-have.
See, I'm glad we have these
Yes.
insider tips to give to the public.
And the sausage and peppers and onions and
Oh,
all,
yeah.
it smells so good.
Yeah, when they grill that on the flat top.
Oh, yeah. But that's kind of greasy, so I'm not so sure about that, if it's going to be hot.
They cook the grease out. What are you
Oh,
talking
no,
about?
they don't. They
Yeah,
add
no.
extra.
No. it
That's
cooks
the
out.
sauce they put on top.
Over by the grandstand, when you walk into the state fair,
Uh-huh.
and to the left. So if you're walking in from the demolition derby side, call that you know what I'm talking about,
Mm-hmm.
tractor pulls and stuff like that, and you bust a left. Right there, usually there's a chicken place that grills chicken,
Ooh.
and they do their own special seasoning rub. And I remember I went there to take photos, and I was there just later in the evening, about 9:30, 10. I was just so hungry. I didn't eat all day, and everybody was closing down, so there wasn't any place to eat. And this one guy hadn't closed down yet, so I went in there, and it was the most amazing chicken they'd ever had because of their own special seasoning rub that they use. I mean, there's nothing out there that tastes like it. Nothing. So that's really good. And then I remember the first time I had a funnel cake. I had never had a funnel cake
Love
before.
funnel cakes.
Never had a funnel cake.
Really?
And then, yeah. Well, there was a little type of, it wasn't really, maybe it was like a little parking lot fair in one of those mall parking lots, you know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. Where they put up questionable rides that you probably, you say, yeah, you know, if you want to ride that, kid, we'll wait till we go to like a real venue so we don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, where it's safe.
One of the girls I worked with, she was like, oh my gosh, they got funnel cakes. We got to go get a funnel cake. I'm like, what's a funnel cake? And why are you so excited about a funnel cake? So I went with her, we went and had a funnel cake, and I was like, well, that just looks like magic. Like
No
the way
kidding.
they funnel, you know, they squeeze it out of a pastry bag or something into hot oil, and it just
I have a couple
and that powdery
recipes for
sugar.
those. Do you know they put fruit and fruit sauces and chocolate and load them up now?
So I would love to have it with strawberries,
They have them.
but I like it
Fair.
plain.
I do too. So funnel cakes or elephant ears?
Elephant ears.
Really?
Yeah, because you can walk. It's easy to walk and eat. I
You
think.
can eat a funnel cake like that too.
Yeah,
because
but then
it breaks
you got,
off easier
yeah, but you
in
got that
pieces.
powdered sugar. You have to negotiate. Make sure you're not taking a deep breath where the wind's blowing right when you take a bite, and you're like,
Or you don't sneeze and
and you're like
blow powdered sugar on
or somebody else
somebody.
doesn't sneeze and blow powdered sugar on you.
That's true.
I'm telling you, man.
I have to choose funnel cakes.
Okay.
So I need to try making them at home.
Remember those Fry Daddies that they used to have? You fill it up
think
with
I have
oil,
one.
plug it in, and you can make like these homemade donuts that don't taste like anything.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what kind of glaze you put on them. Then it'll taste like something.
My mom, I remember when she used to make homemade donut balls in the Fry Daddy. They were so good.
Oh, yeah.
She'd powder sugar them, and she'd say, "Now, be careful. don't inhale the powdered sugar."
And you did, didn't you?
No, I never did.
Oh, really?
Because before I eat it, she always say, "Don't inhale the powdered sugar."
Oh,
The gyros, though, I like the gyros. That's a win-win.
I've never had one. My husband has.
They're
but
so good.
I've
Gyros
not
are
had one.
delicious. When he has one, just take a piece of the meat and
Well,
try it.
he's never with me when he has them.
Oh.
It's always when he goes out to lunch at work. So I don't get to try this.
Okay, what about the of the taffy machine? The homemade taffy. Do you like the homemade taffy?
I like watching it. It's okay.
They have a lot of really good flavors.
Yeah, they do. I just got a good picture of that. The big trailer that they take in there and set up.
Okay, what about the train? It's not really a tractor. Oh, tractor ride. Do you do the tractor
Oh,
ride
absolutely.
around?
Yeah. I mean,
Less walking.
you got to get to the corn thing, and then you got to get to the ribeyes because one's on one side of the track and the other's on the other end. So, but then if you walked, you walk it off, and you could try different things on your way around.
They have a huge cross stitch exhibition in our Indiana State Fair.
They do.
It takes up a whole aisle, and it's on in glass case.
Yep,
And I think it's on both sides, maybe.
I think so. And then the quilts also.
And the arts building.
Yep, that's
We have
my
quite the quilt display.
big
there.
stop. I always have to stop in there. Fried vegetables. No? Oh,
No.
they're yummy.
No, I've never tried any of the specialty things either. Like when they have like the fried butter or the fried donut.
I haven't either.
Or the donut burger or the I don't know whatever they come up with.
Can you imagine a donut burger?
No.
Indiana Pork Producers Tent. Have you ever had anything from there?
No.
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 They have let me think. They have pork burgers. They have pulled pork, and the sides. And I've worked in the tent for the fair before, and they have what they call a garbage burger. That literally they
Is
throw
it the kitchen sink burger?
everything on it. And I look at that after, serving all these meals going, oh, yuck. But people love it. And it's like if you can't decide what to get, you get a garbage burger and you get it all. So
my absolute must go see at the Indiana State Fair are the baby calves in the dairy barn. They have all the baby calves in a calf pen. That is so fun. You have to pry me out of there. Like you can't pull me out of there.
how about the largest pig?
Okay, I remember seeing the largest pig. I have photographic evidence of the largest pig.
Yeah, he's always laying down when I see him.
Man, well, it's the largest pig. Like,
I know.
If I was the largest
What else
pig,
is he gonna do?
If I was the largest pig, I wouldn't be able to move. I'd just be laying there for people to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think they get large?
Exactly. I like the sheep barn. The sheep are always so friendly. They always want you to pet them. But you got to be careful because they like to nibble too.
Watch out for there's usually a bad actor, a bad sheep or two.
Oh yeah.
And they'll get you.
Are they black?
No. No, these are.
Oh, they're incognito.
These are white sheep, and I don't know what breed. I don't know if they're the Horned Dorset, but they're usually. I remember there was one that was standing up one time, like you got the fence, and then it found something to purchase. It'd perch up on the fence, and then you'd walk by, and it would try to get you. And then Kathy's going up to go pet that sheep. I go, don't pet that sheep. Stay away from that. It'll get you. She didn't listen to me. And then so it tried charging her, and she's like, "Ooh, you're not so friendly."
Back on the back side of the fairgrounds, back near the Pioneer Village and everything, which
I love the Pine. I'm glad you talked about Pioneer Village.
Yes.
I love Pioneer Village.
But I think as you're facing it, to your left, there is the Future Farmers of America building. And I used to work for the state office of Future Farmers of America. And I love going in there because they have the animals that you can pet. They're nice.
Right. Yeah, nice animals.
And just have a lot of cool stuff. That was a good job to have.
That is a good one.
Yeah,
that's a nice building.
Got to go to their state conventions and worked with the Indiana Young Farmers. So I got to go on the farm tours and got to see a lot of rural Indiana, which was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
So even went down to the State House when they had, I forget what they call it. It was a farm day. And they, in the rotunda of the State House is a pen with baby lambs and other little animals.
Oh, wow.
Who would have thought? But that was always fun. So I always hope to see one of the guys that I worked for, but I think they've all retired now. So kind of excited about stopping in there. I know they've changed a lot of that back there. The gardens back on the back side, I like walking through those.
That is pretty. It's nice and cool, too. It's shaded.
Yeah. So yeah, and then the Pioneer Village where you get to see all the cool pioneer stuff. And
I love that.
Yeah.
There's woodworking and there's antique tools.
Broom making. Buy a good broom.
And the bees and honeys, the beeswax and honey.
Yep.
Chair making. There's that guy who makes those $1,700 chairs that are just molded to your body like it's just a work of art. He even teaches it too.
Oh, really?
He's over by Terre Haute. I don't remember his name. I thought about taking a class one time because I was like, that would be a once in a lifetime opportunity from a real craftsman to build your own chair that's going to fit you and nobody else.
Yeah. I know the one thing that I don't like about the fair is all the commercial stuff. They're selling hot tubs. I expect them to sell tractors and farm implements and things like that, but hot tubs?
The hot tubs are okay because it's a local family-owned business. So, we've got to support the local economy.
Well, I get that, but
what about the belts and all the leather goods? And the sunglasses
and I'm sure
hats
that...
hats and more hats.
There's one... I think it's a tent, and it's on the main drag, and they sell a lot of the show leather the show saddles and bridles and hats and things for the people who are either showing their animals or they're cowboys. Now,
Yeah.
my Hudson, he would be all about that.
You have to go and get him a hat.
He got a hat for his birthday.
Oh.
Got a black cowboy hat. And when he showed it to me, I looked at him and I said, "You do realize that bad guys wear black hats?" And he said, "Nuh-uh." I said, "Yeah. You can always tell the bad guy they're wearing a black hat." So, and he's figured out he probably shouldn't have gotten the black hat this time. He should have gotten the straw hat because it's really hot in the summer. So, he's our farmer. He's decided he's a first-generation farmer.
Really?
But he's not. He's rather confused.
Does he go dig in the dirt at Julie's house?
No, not so much. He got started working for a guy that lives across the street from him that has chickens and ducks and turkeys.
That's how.
So then when they moved out there, they're kind of out in the country in Walnut Grove, I said, "Can I have some chickens out there?" And they told me no. And I'm like, "Well, I'll pay the kids to take..." Nope. I'm like, "Okay, fine." So then Hudson gets chickens, and he gets ducks, and he gets quail, and he's getting turkeys.
He has all these animals?
He doesn't have the turkeys yet, I don't think.
They have really nice feathers.
I just want to know which one's going to be on the Thanksgiving table.
Well, do you like turkey?
Oh, I love turkey. So we'll see. It's he'd be all about the state fair, so I hope they take him. But I know my family, grandparents, aunts, uncles, they all farmed up in Carroll County. So Burlington and what's that other city up there? Burlington and wow, I don't know.
I don't know my counties.
I know Burlington. Been there. I can drive there. So, in fact, I think that's where my great-grandparents had a farm, but it's been sold and it's not in the family anymore, which is really sad. But kids, keep going into farming. We need you.
Yeah, we do.
So,
For sure.
I have visitors this week.
Animal visitors?
Mm-hmm.
What do you have?
I have 3 dogs.
Oh, yes, you do. Beware of Coop.
Oh my, yes.
Just remember, you got if ever is about to do something bad.
Yeah, but he did not come with his shock collar on, and he was really good. He was a good boy last night.
Oh, good. He outgrew his shock collar.
Oh, probably not, but for the moment, he was good. I'm sure that will wear off later in the week. Sophie and Jax are with us, too. I had Sophie and Cooper in bed with me last night. My husband had Jax. He got the little dog, and I got the big and the medium size, so it was fun. And then I have a little people. I have Everett all week. So I've been grandma this summer a lot because I've been taking Emerson to band in the morning. So I had to totally rearrange my sleep schedule, my morning routine.
I bet. Oh my gosh.
I'm getting up at 5:45, 6 o'clock.
Wow.
And getting Emerson to band by 8 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
And I think I told Emma, I said I can't do it next week, not with having Everett too, because I have to drive a half hour from my house to get him to the babysitter, and then about a half hour to work. So that's an hour driving, and I haven't even gotten to work yet.
Haven't even driven the hour it takes to get to work?
No. So it's going to be a fun week. It will be. So, but my daughter and her husband and their oldest daughter left for a cruise at 3:30 this morning. They're driving to Bradenton, Florida to visit her best friend, and then they'll go to Miami and get on the boat. It's Harper's first cruise, so she's all excited. But if you'd asked her before if she was going on the cruise ship, she'd say, "Nope, I'm not going." She didn't want me to take Cooper's cage or his crate, so we had to tell her it's okay, that he was going to stay with Grandma.
Do you think she'll like it?
I think so. I mean, she's been to Florida quite a bit, so it's just, I guess, the fact of being on a big boat that will be new to her. So I'll be anxious to see pictures and all kinds of stuff. Julie did a whole lot better leaving Everett than she did when she left Harper. So
good.
Although she had a really rough day yesterday.
Oh no.
So just trying to get everything
because she's
together.
got so much she's got to do.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, she had to
That's
pack
a
for
lot.
2 kids and herself, plus get the house ready, get the dogs packed up to go. So
And the dog has special needs. Like, they got to have certain toys and food and...
actually, I don't
right?
think she sent any toys for the
Didn't
dogs.
she was talking about how she had to pack for the dogs and
Yeah.
make sure they had this and that and the
Yep.
other thing.
Yep, got all their leashes, got all their treats, got their food, got their
That's
bowls.
what it was. Treats,
Whew.
leashes, and bowls.
Yeah. So we got all that stuff, and I think I've got everything for Everett, but if we don't, I know where the stores are. So
Yep.
we'll
Yep.
take care of that. So
Just head on down to the local Piggly Wiggly.
No kidding. Needless to say, I don't think I'm going to need a lot of stitching done.
No.
And I don't think I got too much done since last time because it's been kind of crazy. So, and Emerson has golf also.
Jeez.
So band in the
Golf
morning.
and band?
And then golf in the evening. So I got to
Wow.
watch his match
Oh, man.
Tuesday. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think so. And he did pretty good. He's in on a junior league in Tipton. And,
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It gives him, because he's on the middle school golf team, but it gives him exposure to a different golf course, different players, different coaches. So he did pretty good. At the next to the last hole, he came up to me and he goes, "Grandma, can we go get ice cream?"
You got $2?
So I said, "Just think mint chocolate chip." That's his favorite. So he just kind of looked at me really weird, and it was his turn. So then he came back after he hit the ball, and he goes, "Why did you tell me to think mint chocolate chip?" And I said, "So that you would hit really well, and it would take less time at this hole so we could get to the ice cream stores quicker." He goes, "Oh." So he got his mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Nice.
And I got my regular chocolate chip ice cream.
My wife's favorite ice cream is mint chocolate chip, too.
I'm kind of like, you don't mess with regular chocolate chip. So when they added the mint flavor, a lot of times that's what they'll just carry. They won't carry the regular. So
I had fish food for the first time.
why are you eating fish food?
It's Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and it's called fish food.
Why do they call it that?
Oh, it's so good. It is so good.
What's it got in
I
it?
also like Moose Tracks, though. Moose Tracks is my all-time favorite. And Chunky Monkey. You like Moose Tracks? You ever had Moose Tracks? Now, Virginia, I'll tell you about Virginia now. She's not supposed to have sugar. But what she'll do is she'll pretend she's going to make a deposit, right, for the store.
Oh, yeah,
you know,
I'm
Go to the
sure.
bank.
Yeah.
And, well, Arby's is right there, you know, so you got to go by Arby's to get to the bank or come back. And so she'll stop there and she'll get one of those Jamocha almond fudge
those are
shakes
so
from
good.
Arby's.
She's not denying it at all. In fact, she turned around not looking at us.
I know all of her tricks. I know.
It's those long trips to the bank that we worry about her. So you think we ought to do some cross stitch?
Yeah.
Since this is Flosstube?
Yeah, let's talk about some cross stitch.
Well, I did get some more so my Christmas alphabet that I showed you, the little bit that I had done,
Yeah.
I went all the way across the top on the border and I had to rip it all out.
Oh, man.
I know, I was so mad at myself. I didn't look at the pattern because I thought I knew the repeat in it.
Sequence, yes. The repeats, yes.
I didn't know it.
The repeats always repeat.
Yeah, so
Except for on this one.
yeah, the repeat didn't make as much sense as my repeat did, so. But I did get to work on it a little bit last night. Oops.
That's really pretty.
So this is what I have done so far. I had to get my little snowman and the present done. So now, I think there's 2 more presents on that side, and then I'll go back and do some alphabets, some more alphabets.
That's a really pretty
But-
cross stitch.
But see how it just doesn't make sense because you did like 2 rows of white, 2 rows of red, then white, green, white, red. I'm like, no, you should do white, red, green, green. But they thought otherwise, so I figure I should follow the pattern, otherwise it's not going to all match up. But that's a fun stitch, and you know,
got a mitered corner.
Yep. Christmas in July. Stitch all the Christmas that you can. I have my Christmas project bag full of things. I'm not sure how much more I'll get done, but I'll just keep stitching until I get tired of it, which I'm never tired of Christmas, so.
This is a nice color fabric for this too.
Yeah.
It's like a nice, it doesn't.
Yeah, they
nice tone.
Say to put it on mushroom, and this is, I think this might be mushroom, so.
It looks nice.
Yeah.
So, I like how they do, I like how she does her snowmans. Like, they're always incorporated some unique way, you know? Like, I know what I really like about these are the borders. They're animated and they're fun. She puts the snowman in the border with his long pointy carrot nose, and then you got the little presents in the border, and the tree,
candy canes,
and the candy canes.
So, something I was
and the old-fashioned ornaments.
Yeah.
Are those like, what year do you think those are? Those 50s, 60s?
Probably
30s?
50s. It's your vintage ornaments, like you said.
Yeah.
So I was reading something on Primrose Cottage Facebook page. Somebody had asked about the yearly snowman.
Yes.
And you did one last year.
Yes.
You did a stitch along.
Yes.
Well, I
saw that you had one.
This year's.
I saw that I forget when.
And the question that they were asking, and I know what they were thinking, this is this year's.
So pretty.
And I like the little container he's sitting in. But the question, I don't know if you can see.
There's last year's.
There's last year's.
Yeah, hold it closer.
Yeah. My arms are short. The question was, when did they start the Snowman series? And they started it just last year.
Nice.
So
that means you can get them all and catch up.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that much to catch up. Yeah. And this can be out for Christmas and into the wintertime because it isn't just strictly Christmas. So
it's nice to stitch when it's like, you know, hot and muggy.
Well, doesn't it make you feel cooler?
It
if
does.
You're doing snow and snowmen.
It does.
Put you in the mindset for Christmas and colder weather. I hope we have cold weather and snow this year.
Our winter got hijacked last year. We didn't get any snow.
I think I broke up with winter in November. That's not good. That's way too early. So that's my cross stitch I've worked on. So I want to show, cross stitch isn't the only thing I do. So I was trying to think, what am I going to talk about? What are we going to talk about?
Well, you do so much. You do wool and punch needle and applique and quilting, and you got quilt classes here at the shop, and you got cross stitch classes.
And speaking of quilt
you
classes,
got all kinds of stuff that you do. You need to show that stuff. That's what we need to see. We need to see all your stuff.
Okay, this is a block for my Scrappy Spools class. And this is a Lori Holt quilt that, if you're interested, there's still room. We run until March. And we do 4 to 5 blocks. Do we need the board?
Nah.
4 or 5 blocks a month. And some ladies are doing a smaller version, and some are doing the big version. Of course, being the teacher, I have to do the big one. So we're always finding out some new things. Ever see a blue heart?
No. Oh, you know what?
Because some of the patterns duplicate in the quilt, it's always a challenge to find different color combos that make sense.
You know what they'd call this?
What's that?
The Heart of the Ice Princess.
Oh.
Have you ever heard the term Ice Princess?
Mm-hmm. Here's another one. So these are what our gals are working on, and they're fun. This is probably our 3rd or 4th quilt that have made. So we're kind of the Lori Holt group.
Yeah, the Lori Holt group, because you started with the vintage Did you know, was Vintage Country Christmas the first?
Yes.
Okay. I
Yes.
was here for that. I remember that.
Yeah, that was fun. And
Those
then
blocks were awesome.
we went to Farm Girl and then Farm Girl 2. That's what I'm working on quilting wise.
You do a good job with your blocks too.
Thanks. This is a crochet project.
And before we start with that, on your Farm Girl Country Vintage, that you quilted that yourself on Handy Quilter Long Arm free motion. I remember that. Was it free motion?
No.
Free. Okay. It used the.
Wait a minute.
Or did it use the? Oh, I can't remember what the Pro Stitcher. I can't remember if you used Pro Stitcher or if you did the free motion.
No, I used the Pro Stitcher because I came in, it's when
Yes.
we were over in where the machine repair department is. And Cindy and I came in, we stayed after work one day and worked on it. Maybe we did a Saturday.
Well, I
think
remember
we did a
one day
Saturday.
there was a lot of planning on like what to quilt,
Yeah.
where you're going to quilt it, how you're going to quilt it.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing it on the frame that day
Yeah.
and asking if you were excited about quilting it. I was like, "You excited about quilting your quilt?" And you're like, "Oh, I'm still trying to figure out what to quilt on it."
That's the hard part.
Oh, it is.
Usually as I'm making the quilt will tell me how to quilt it.
Yes.
But that one I hadn't gotten into that mindset yet. I think the second one I did that on my machine at home, on my long arm at home. The Barn Stars, I did some experimenting, especially in the patriotic one. It had a lot of triangles and stars and things on it. So I quilted the heck out of it. No, it wasn't that one. But I did do the individual blocks, which was a new thing for me. But the winter one, I think I used every snowflake pattern that was on Pro Stitcher.
Yeah.
I had to. It's like, I need to do this.
Pro Stitcher has the best snowflake pattern. Man, I love their snowflake pattern. It's just the best for any winter, Christmas, snowman quilt.
Yeah, that was fun. So it probably stayed on there for 2 or 3 sessions of quilting just to get it all done. The way
That
I
was a
wanted it.
big quilt, though.
Yeah, so. But this is when I run out of one thing to do, I jump on another thing. But we got, you want to show this really cool bag?
Yes.
We got this bag. You've probably seen this. If you've seen the What's New video, Cappy went through these. But these are bags of 6 mini skeins. And I believe that one, what's the name of that one, Peter? It's on the tag.
Number 4. This is called Warm Sunset.
Yeah.
Look at those colors. And there's a hook in there. Is this yours?
Yeah.
Oh, that's your hook, though. I was like,
I got to keep it all together.
you have a fancy hook.
That's the new crochet set that we've got in there.
Somebody treated themselves.
I did.
That's nice. I love this colorway, too.
Yeah. So what I'm making out of it, you know, all the rage is in crochet is what?
Granny squares.
Granny squares.
Well, I saw that Taylor Swift wore that beautiful granny square
did
cardigan, long cardigan. Yeah.
You know, my husband's grandmother taught me how to crochet. And most people, when they start crocheting, they make granny squares. You know what I did?
What?
I made a sweater.
You know what I did?
What?
I did a doily.
We just don't do things right, do we?
I learned on 30 weight, and then I jumped down to like 100 weight.
Wow.
Which is like sewing thread.
Yeah.
I don't know why I did that, but it was dumb.
Just because you're you.
So do you have you got granny square action to show us?
I do. What I'm making is...
This jacket, right?
Not the jacket.
Oh, scarf?
It's a scarf. I don't know if that would be a better pattern to see.
Oh yeah, that's a better pattern to see. That's a nice scarf.
So what I have done, and this was fun, they're not blocked yet.
Oh, I thought that was a jacket.
No, are all the little solid color granny squares. So I have all of the ones I need done for this scarf, and I'm ready to start with the mini skeins. And I think my hardest thing is going to be, okay, which colors do I put together? What order do I put them in? So this was the easy part, because I knew it was all one color. But the rest of them, I have to decide what colors go where and when.
So nice.
And so yeah, it's gonna be fun. I haven't done granny squares in a long time.
You're whipping these up.
Yep.
And are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I am, because yeah, you have to pay attention, but eventually you catch on to the pattern and you just go with it. It's kind of like that border that I messed up.
You go on autopilot.
I do. And, you know, you can sit and do that while you're watching TV. It's kind of like knitting and crocheting. You can do that. I haven't gotten to the point where I'm comfortable knitting, not really paying attention to the pattern and watch TV, but crocheting, I can kind of do that. So I'm anxious to get the rest done.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
What was I going to ask? I don't remember.
You'll remember.
Oh, do you have gauge? Is it gauge specific?
Not on this one.
Okay.
Because
I was curious if that's the size that the squares are. I don't pay much attention to some of those things, like a scarf, but
on a scarf, I don't think it is going to matter that much.
No, it won't matter at all.
But what I have discovered is I'm a loose crocheter, so I have to go down a needle size. So it took me a while to figure that out. Somebody told me, because I did a basket and it wouldn't stand up straight. So
I'm tight, so I have to go up.
You're just
like at least 2 times.
Oh wow!
Just so the yarn is nice to work with.
So coming to a quilt shop.
Oh my gosh! Look
sometime
at that.
soon. I think Cappy talked about this one.
Yes.
In the video, didn't she?
Yeah, because we have the yarn shop hop right
Yeah.
around the corner this month.
This is the RMR sparkly yarn, and the sample I'm making, which
I saw you had this on your desk yesterday, and every time I walked by it, I had to keep stopping and looking at it.
There's the accompanying color that's going to go with it. I actually turned down blue, because I really liked, this has got some blue in it, but it's kind of a greenish blue. But blue looked good, but that looked a whole lot better.
Yeah, it got my attention when I walked by.
Yeah. So this
what you
is,
making?
it's called the Juniper Cowl. And I think it'll be really quick once I get going on it. It's all puff stitch. So I'm going to be learning a new stitch. My daughter Julie, she tried to do a scarf that had puff stitch in it, and they just did not get along. So I'm trying not to remember that, because if I remember it, I'll get frustrated thinking, well, she couldn't do this, now I can't do it.
The puff stitch looks amazing when it's
Yeah.
crocheted, by the way. Because we have crochet classes, and there's people in Anita's crochet class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're usually, somebody's doing a puff stitch, and it absolutely looks amazing.
Yeah, so I'm anxious to get that started. I don't think it's going to take long.
No, this is addicting. I mean, you're just gonna do a
sure
row,
it
and
is.
you want to put it down, and
Yeah.
that's gonna be beautiful with those colors, I think.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see how it will come out. And then this has a story. This is probably one of my oldest whips.
Really?
It is.
Oh, those colors are gorgeous.
I started this back in COVID. Clay Pearl out of Nashville, Indiana, was doing a Malabrigo knit along, and I thought, well, I don't have anything else to do. Let's do it. I hadn't been knitting very long either, so.
Yeah.
But it's called the Odyssey.
Oh, that's
shawl.
pretty.
And it was 3 skeins of Malabrigo, which is a type of yarn.
It's yeah.
And I had to learn a new stitch, and I didn't think I was doing it right, and I really couldn't.
Gosh, that's pretty.
bring it into the shop to see if I was doing it right. So I had to send pictures to my people who know what they're doing.
This thing's gorgeous.
This is so far what I have. It's going to take a lot of blocking, but it's got the rust at the bottom, which I really liked. And then these holes, that's the thing I didn't know if I was doing right, but
You're doing it right, because the holes are nice,
thought,
big
well,
size ellipses.
we're just going to go with this. And
They're
then
elliptical.
we've got the next color band, and I think I'm done with that color. No, maybe I have a section of this to go. And then the last one is going to be this color. And I'm not really a purple person, but I think it's going to look really good up against
Oh yeah.
that.
Oh, it will.
So when I found this in my sewing room, I thought, you know, you really ought to finish that.
I know what yarn you're using.
What yarn am I using, Peter?
Dos Tierras.
Yeah.
This is, we had a knit along in this. This stuff's awesome. It's a merino and a alpaca dude.
Yeah, this is one of the first times I branched out beyond just like a sock yarn or just a regular yarn. So I think maybe I had to finish it. What do you think?
Oh, you should. This thing's awesome.
Let's see.
Well, it depends.
When was COVID? 2020?
Can't remember.
Yes, it is.
2019?
Was it
2020?
19?
2020, 2019? January, February, so February, March. I think it was 2020. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go with 2020.
4 years ago. And this poor thing has sat in a bag, all mushed up. So I think I should release it and pull it out. And then hopefully I'll remember how to do this stitch.
Well, there's people here that'll help us.
I'll have 3 different ways of doing it by the time I'm done. But you know, when you're in a desperate situation, you just make it up.
The shawl won't know.
No. And nobody else will unless they've made it. So,
Your neck won't know.
Nah, it won't care just as long as it keeps me warm.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think I should finish that.
That's awfully pretty. I love those fall colors.
Yeah, I'm a warm color person, but as my hair has gotten much lighter, the pastel colors have kind of fallen in, but even with this other one, this is probably the most pastelish color there is, but everything else is a fallish color, which is, it's okay, it's me. So, do we have any new cross stitch?
We have all kinds of new cross stitch.
think
We
it's
have so
behind
much
you.
new cross stitch. Oh my gosh. And we got a new quilt shop sample there. Our Lenine, who is at the fairgrounds doing fairground stuff, she pieced that quilt back there. She did an amazing job. The pattern is called Superstar, and it is in the book Simple Treasures by Heather Peterson. And that's available here in the shop, the pattern is.
That's very pretty.
Yeah, she used, it's a combination of, so if you have 30s fabric, just use your 30s fabric in a nice deep blue and you'll be able to get the exact same result.
Okay, I'll let you do these, but I wanted to talk about this.
That's pretty.
This is Lori Holt's new stitch cards, and if you're just looking for a quick project, these are perfect, or if you are a beginner, these would be perfect. But these are all different kinds of stars, and the fun thing about it is one of these, maybe more than one of these. Oh, there's a glimmer star, a glisten star, and a shimmer star, and a sparkle star. There are quilt blocks in one of her quilts that is called the glisten star and I think the glimmer star.
Oh, cool.
So she takes her quilt patterns and converts them into cross stitch, or vice versa. So those are fun, and somebody suggested that these would be good blocks to put on the small project bags that you stitched the sampler one on.
Would it?
What about that?
I've Love it. You know I'm all about those small little
Yeah.
shop bags. Okay, you talk about this. I'm going to go get the basket of shop bags because
Okay.
we have the colors.
Grab the 12 monthly minis and the pins that go with them. It's primrose.
Okay.
So you could, gosh, if you had a, maybe like the, I think it's called Misty, or there's a turquoise or aqua. The one with the flag in it, it's got quite a bit of turquoise in it, that you could just do that one block, or on the bigger one, you could do all 4 blocks, and then put a row of stitching vertically and horizontally between them. So it's, I always encourage people to think outside the box of, okay, I saw this pattern and I want to do it just like that. Well, maybe that's okay, you can do it, but think outside the box. Putting it on a project bag, or putting it on the center of a pot holder that then you probably wouldn't use it. You know, there's all kinds of different things you could do. You could put it on a bigger piece of cloth and then make a banner out of it, so you would have a banner for the seasons, for whenever, because this has got your flag on there and you could use it for the month of July. It's kind of the reds and the whites and the blues. So lots of things you can do with these.
Which bag would you like the stars would look nice on?
I said maybe the Misty,
The mist.
because it's kind of an aqua turquoisey color. It'll be a little brighter because it's in the bag, and
Yeah, it's a nice.
it kind of,
It's a nice summer color.
yeah,
Oh, and it has that color in there.
Uh-huh.
Good choice.
yeah.
Let me show that. It's very subtle, but in the border, there's that misty teal aqua color that goes with the bag.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. And that blue would just jump out.
Oh, yeah.
And the red and the blue look really good on the bag.
Yeah.
I love
So-
stitching on these. These are awesome.
Yeah, we've got a lot. I think we've got all the colors of the small ones in.
There's the purple.
There might be one that was on back order, maybe. And we also have the patterns to go with
Peach.
it. Boo goes on that one.
Boo. Spooky Boo, your Spooky Boo patterns.
I say that to Cooper, and he just looks at me. And I say it again, then he jumps me. Okay, the 12 monthly minis. We're going to talk about these for just a minute. This is a primrose. It's a booklet. And from what I'm hearing, it is a very addictive book. Once you stitch one, you can't stop. But what I have seen people doing, and I thought was interesting because Cindy had said, how many pillows do I need? And I'm like, well, you need all the pillows.
Yeah.
So what I saw a couple gals doing is they will stitch these up and then put them in a big jar.
Ooh.
So that they have them all in there. And you could mix them up in the jar different days, and you can have different ways to see them. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Now, is there a picture in there that has the pins with it or not?
Like those pens? Yeah.
Yeah. Lenine, I believe, is stitching these. And
Up at the corner of that.
Yeah,
You can't see it, but it's there. There's pens.
yeah, there's just another button company. There's
Oh yeah, they all have pens
yeah,
to go
there's
with
a
them.
pin set that I think December is a holly leaf.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, there's a red star, a bumblebee, a pumpkin, what's that? Is that a bat? No, it's a black star. An acorn. So there's different pins that you can put into your pillows. That's kind of cool, that tray that they've got. It's a divided tray, and
Yeah.
they've got shredded paper in it. So these are really quick. These are done on 32 count, 1 thread over 2. So it's going to be a light stitch. And from what I understand, they don't take very long. I resisted but people keep telling me, "Oh, you need to do them. You need to get this," and I'm still digging in my heels, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
What if you just start with like something like that? I mean, it's Christmas.
It's
and
Christmas.
It's July.
And it's July.
And there's still 2 weeks left.
Yep.
That's Indiana.
I could probably get that done.
You could.
But it probably uses all the colors that I have kitted in all my other Christmas patterns. But there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 5 colors in it. So there's not a lot of colors in it.
I would think.
Does it tell you how big to cut your fabric? You can also, if you don't want to do them individually, you can also do it all in one big
look at those
piece.
snowmans.
Yep. Snowmen.
Oh yeah.
There's flags for
Gosh,
July.
that's so cool.
There's hearts, there's turkeys, there's bees, there's flowers, there's just something for every month. Strawberries, clovers.
Is this what you said would look good on here? These bags?
well,
Was
you
that your
could.
idea?
No, this was my idea.
Well, because when you said
But-
it grab this, I mean, this would fit perfectly because it is on a 14 count. It's 3 inches by 3 inches. And these little guys,
Is that 14 count?
You know, you don't have to get all of them right.
well, I was trying to do the math because if you go over 2 on this, instead
So
of,
Michigan, Ohio.
if you're doing over 2
Oh yeah.
I would use
and Northern Kentucky.
2 or 3 threads.
yeah, I think you would use
Yeah.
3 threads just so it looks nice. That would look stunning.
Yeah. If
Stunning, I'm telling you, stunning.
if you don't want to do the stars, then you could do the monthly minis.
Yeah, somebody's gonna feel the stars, and somebody else
Yeah.
already has this pattern and might be like, "Oh, I'd love to do
Yeah.
that on a bag."
And some of them are generic enough that it could be, you know, for whatever project you want to do it. With the flowers and the strawberries and things. So just some more ideas on what to do, things to do, accessories to put with it.
I tell you what, that idea you had right there, that was worth the price of admission.
Awesome.
Because I've been racking my brain trying to figure out what to put on these, and I've been measuring the patterns and measuring this, and doing trying to do the calculations. I just gave up. I'm like, okay.
Okay, here's something else you could do. If you had a sampler pattern and you obviously a sampler would not fit on the front of that, but if there was a certain motif or a certain little section of that a sampler that you liked, you could put that on there. You could just pull it, just that part out of the pattern and stitch it on there. So don't let the pattern restrict you to just that. Think beyond the pattern. Think beyond the finishing that you see. Some things, that's the way to finish them. Other things, you can finish them 1,000 different ways. So, what else have we got that's new, Peter?
What do you think about jars?
Depends on what's in them. If it's tomatoes and pickles and salsa, I like them.
How's your shelf life? Do you can? Do you
Oh,
preserve?
I do.
Do you got a good shelf life going?
I have a whole shelf plus some. My husband says, we need to go through and dump out all that applesauce. I'm like, why? Well, it's a couple years old. I said, did it go bad? Well, I don't know. I said, well, I think we need to open one and try it before you dump everything out, because my grandkids, I do nothing special with my applesauce. We have one apple tree in our yard. And there was one year I probably had 3 bushels
Wow.
of apples off this tree. And I made applesauce and I made freezer apple pie filling. My grandkids love the applesauce, so I'm always taking applesauce to Ohio and to my other grandkids. I just cook the apples, and then I put them through my KitchenAid mixer that's got the attachment that pretty much pulverizes it. Yeah, and takes out all the yucky stuff. And then I put them in a jar. I don't add any sugar. I don't add anything, but they love it. So I'm not messing with a good thing. And I'm also not going to let my husband dump everything out before we try it. Some things I can look at and go, yeah, that needs to go.
I remember when my life was changed, the first time I had apple butter.
Oh, really? Have you had pumpkin butter?
No.
Oh, you ought to try pumpkin butter.
But
It's
apple
good.
butter.
Yeah, you can make that. You can make it in a crock pot.
So, the reason we were talking about your shelf life is because we have May flowers. There it is. Feast your eyes on this.
Another one in the series. This is from It's So Emma. I think the first one in January was a snowman in a jar. I wish I could keep snowmen in jars and they wouldn't melt. So on really hot days I could take him out and go, okay, it's nice and cool.
Can't you keep a snowman in a jar?
I'd have to keep him in the freezer.
But every time you open up the freezer,
I know, he could melt a little bit.
you'd have your little snowman with his little those little carrot noses.
True.
Those little salad carrots.
There we go.
He can be the guardian of all things in the freezer.
Depends on if I have room in my freezer.
This is another shelf life. This is June's sailboat shelf life.
Okay, on a series.
It's a boat. You know what? It's a boat in a. It's where they put the ship in a jar.
Yeah, it's a boat in a jar.
It's a ship in a jar. I see what she did right there.
A lot of your series, if you're going to do those,
Fabric covered button.
yep, come up with a good backdrop and then switch them out to where you're not having to finish all 12. When life gives you lemon,
Make lemon pie.
Good for you.
or lemon
Or-
bars, or
or-
lemonade.
Or
Pumpkin spice.
oh shoot, what's that lemon liqueur? Italy lemon liqueur. Can't think of the name of
I've
it.
not been to Italy. I like this one, sunflowers. These are the word swaps, and these are the ones that you...
Looks really weird backwards.
I
It looks
know.
like snuff. It looks like snuffleupagus.
not-
Snuffleupa flowers.
I don't think there's enough letters. Fall is in the air soon enough. Once we get through August, we start the burr months.
Okay, I am not finding it, but it doesn't.
I've had probably about enough of summer.
So I
Although
put
today is
some on my
gorgeous.
birthday.
Oh, it was so cool
Yeah.
outside. Sitting outside
Yes.
on the deck, man. It was so nice.
I love this one.
Oh, you have a number for
It's the
it?
Liberty Feather Tree.
Okay.
And I think we started with the snowman tree.
Yes. 1, 2, 4, 5,
And then she did
4, 2.
the feather tree. And then the honeybee.
Look at the honeybee feather tree.
That's going to be a quick stitch. Although I have looked
You seeing this, Wendy? This has got your name all over it.
to add to her display.
Yes, to add to your display.
I've looked for the frame that they say you can get at Hobby Lobby, and I haven't found it yet. So,
Oh, that's a special frame. I like
Yep.
that.
yep. Now, if you remember aftermarket, Erica Michaels did a mom pattern,
Okay.
so we had to remember Dad.
Okay.
So, this is for the dads. It says Dad, the handsome guy with the wallet.
And with the dad bod. And here's a strawberry with the pillow.
Yep.
Summertime.
That looks fun.
Yeah, I love these colors. That blue and that
Truly
lemon.
summer colors.
Okay, limoncello. The lemon
Oh,
liqueur
okay.
from Italy is called limoncello. I recommend everybody try it at least once in their life.
Just once.
Yep. It's all you need. It'll last you your whole life. Just to have one sip of it. And you'll have that memory. I promise you. It is worth it.
Erica Michaels, I think, is on a strawberry kick right now because a lot of her patterns have strawberries on them. I've always wanted to make one. Have you ever made one?
I haven't made a strawberry.
I have a few patterns. I think I just maybe need to do them.
Oh, it's got the strawberry on the front too. Okay,
Yep.
why am I doing that? Country Cottage Needleworks Christmas Gingerbread.
I love gingerbread.
You know, I got Lenina. We were supposed to make it and we never did. I got Lenina Gingerbread
yeah,
House.
you guys didn't. Well, hopefully
And I
we can
thought
make
that
it
would be
this
so
year.
cool to make.
Maybe this year. You'll have to
Yeah.
remind her. Did she take it home?
I don't know.
Oh dear.
Hopefully she still has it because we can still make it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think those gingerbread cookies go bad.
Hope not. This one goes in the series of houses on Wisteria Lane.
I think it was Cappy that was giving me a hard time about that gingerbread house.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is Cappuccino House. Love a good cappuccino.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, I'd go there. In Frankton, by Julie's house, they have a new coffee company, or a new coffee shop. It's called Maranatha Company.
Is that the one where she gets the snickerdoodle cookies from?
Oh, it is so good. Oh, and they have a lemon blueberry bread.
You know what we need to do? We need to take this show on the road.
Oh, we could do that.
We should do a live recording at the coffee house.
We should. I love this pattern. What's
We
it
can
say?
set a new trend on Flosstube.
I think we could.
Because once we do it, then everybody will do it.
Yeah, well, they have a separate room off the side that we could go in to do this. But then you have to be out to see all the stuff in the bakery case, and they have breakfast sandwiches, and oh,
I love my
gosh.
bakery items, and I love my breakfast
Yeah.
sandwiches, and I love my cookies, and I love my coffee, and I love my biscotti.
This is House Barn. This is another new one in the house series from Country Cottage Samplings. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. I like the barn.
Cottage garden samplings.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Okay.
I always get them confused.
I do too.
I can't remember. I get it by about the third attempt.
Summer jam. I have strawberries in the freezer from a couple of years ago. My husband keeps telling me, you need to make something with this.
Speaking of freezer, have you ever made sour cherry pie with the sour cherries that are in the freezer section at the grocery store? Okay, that is a game changer. I'm giving you guys all this wonderful tips, but if you want to change your life and really have something special, get a bag of frozen cherries out of the freezer section of the grocery store and make a sour cherry pie. It is amazing. It is amazing.
If you have your own cherry tree, you can make them out of your cherries.
It won't be a sour cherry though.
It depends on if that's the kind of tree you planted.
I thought sour cherries is just something you get from the freezer. I didn't know it was an actual thing.
Yeah.
Man, when cherries are in season, I can eat a whole 2 bags of those things.
No, I have some in my refrigerator and they are so good. This is a new series, I believe. I say new. It may just be new to us.
It's got that new smell to it.
Yeah.
2024, brand new.
Okay. Yeah, so that's, I like the way they finished that with the fabric bow and then the, looks like a vintage type ribbon and a flower. So it gives it that vintage look. Or shabby chic. There we go.
2 ribbons and a button.
Yeah. Is it a button?
Oh
It
no,
looks
it's
like
the fabric, it's a fabric flower.
Yeah.
Like a flower made from ribbon.
I have some of those in my scrapbook and stuff. Oh, that's a cute ribbon.
Those are pretty. Yeah, these ribbons are nice because they have the wired edges, so you can shape them real nice. But they're textured like a fabric.
Yeah.
Oh, they're wonderful.
And we have to end with the Santa Man.
It's a Santa stack. Oh, so you know what somebody on YouTube said? How many horsepower a reindeer has? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know?
They don't have horsepower. They have
Okay,
power.
so I know who you are, and I read your comment, and you said, and you were watching the What's New, so hopefully you're watching this one. I don't know, a lot of you guys cross over. But you said in the book of, and I'm going to butcher the title of the book, but you said it's in the book, all Santa's curious things of Santa or something, all things Santa. It's in this book that has all those things, and she said it was 5 horsepower. And I thought about it, and I was like, she's right. It's 5 horsepower because reindeer are magical, you guys. They have to have that much horsepower to pull that load through the night sky.
Yeah, it's some of the Christmas shows. They're ones that I thought I'd never watch, but I ended up watching them. But they're the ones that kind of go on the magical end, and they have like Polar Express. On the last part where Santa takes off from the North Pole, he's got this massive, massive bag
Uh-huh.
that they put on the back of his sleigh, and you're like, how in the world can those reindeer get that off the ground with Santa in it?
Because they have 5 horsepower. And you know,
Well,
can you name all the deer?
I can, maybe.
Okay, I
How many
asked your
are there?
daughter. I asked your daughter.
There's 8.
And no, not your daughter. I didn't ask your daughter. I asked who did
She
I
better
ask?
know.
I asked somebody. Help me out here. Who did I ask when we did the What's New video? Maggie. I asked Maggie. Okay,
Did
what
she
are
get
they?
them?
I think she almost got all of them.
Now,
What
does
are they?
this include Rudolph?
Yes.
Okay. Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, and Rudolph.
And Clarice.
That's 9.
And you know,
Well,
if you know, okay,
But
picture
Clarice
this.
didn't fly.
Well, picture this though. If your boyfriend, okay, is going to be gone for the whole 24 hours and you just met him, you're going to be in that sled. You are.
But she met him before he took off.
Right. So don't you think
So-
she snuck in there so she could go on the ride? I mean, come on.
It's 24 hours. Maybe Santa wouldn't let her.
I think she snuck in. I would have. I'd have been like, yep, let me just crawl up in that robe of Santa's and go on that ride.
You think he wouldn't notice there was a reindeer in his robe?
He loves reindeer.
I know he does. But, well, that's okay.
He was like, come on, Clarice.
There was something I was going to say. And it was, oh, I remember. Last time we did a Flosstube, I had finished my Christmas Quaker, and I was struggling with what to put on the back. I got a great suggestion.
What?
Somebody said to look at wool or velvet.
Yes. Why wouldn't you put wool on everything?
Why wouldn't I? So my comment, I can't remember, I apologize because I can't remember who said it, but I responded back and I said, I'm going to have to look in my wool stash and find just that right color, which I have a whole dresser full of wool, so I'm sure there's something in there that I could use.
Yeah, you got to put wool on everything.
Yeah, so thanks for the advice. I really appreciate that, because sometimes my brain just gets stuck on one track and I can't. Thank you, Virginia. I can't get it off that track to think something else. So, oh, you gotta love her. All right, well, Peter, I think that's all I have.
That's a wrap.
Normally we'd say stay cool, but you won't have to work too hard at that. But enjoy the day. It's a beautiful day. Get out and enjoy it. It's not too hot. It's not humid. It's perfect. So go out there and enjoy it. And don't forget to stitch. I'm going to try to stitch a little bit after Everett goes to bed at night so I can at least keep up, maybe.
Yeah, you do a
So-
good job of keeping up. You're a good stitcher.
You need to stitch too.
I approve. I keep forgetting.
Well, don't forget.
I'll try to remember.
Well, have a great day. Make sure, I think today's the first day of the fair, the county fair here in Hamilton County. So make sure you get out there, get your elephant ear or your funnel cake. Is that right?
Get it all.
Yeah.
Get them both.
Make sure you have the corn dog, the walking taco, the hamburgers, the tenderloins, and the lemon shake-ups.
That's what I was missing. The lemon
That's what we
shake-ups.
missed.
And put some
Got-
strawberries in there.
Ooh, that would be yummy. Or blueberries.
Oh, or both.
Or both, yep.
I mean, you know, it is July.
That's right. So, have a great day. And Lenine will be back for the next Flosstube. So, I'm sure she'll have lots of stories to tell. And hopefully Peter won't fall off a chair, because weird things happen. So, have a great day. And we'll see you later. Happy stitching.